Right, everyone, welcome back. And today we are going to learn how to do Monday mistakes for our bell ringer. All right, so the first thing you're going to do, you're on Google Classroom, and I want you to go to classwork. When you go to the classwork section, what you're going to do is you're going to scroll down to today's. We're in week 2, and today's Monday. So we're going to do our Monday mistakes grammar practice. So you're going to go ahead and click on that assignment. When you click on that assignment, your screen will actually look a little bit different than mine does. But the first thing that I want you to see is that there's going to be a video on how to do the bell ringer. Okay, for the Monday mistakes, there's going to be in some of the other ones as well. But take a look around. Right here, you have your grammar guide. And in class, I will try to give you a hard copy of this, of the grammar guide. And so for the grammar guide here, this is a guide to help you in any of the components of your the sentences that you might see. This is a constant study guide that you can use. We go through parts of speech, we go through apostrophes, all sorts of stuff, spelling, ways that you can spell better, homophones, etc., etc. Okay, so this is a great resource, and this is called your grammar guide. You'll use that to do a lot of the corrections for your Monday mistakes. All right. The next thing that you'll see here is that our Monday mistakes, we have our actual um, practice drill. And I'm going to go over that with you in just a second. But this is basically the layout of the steps of how to do your Monday mistakes. And so you begin with the directions are here, and then you have some examples to kind of show you. And today what we're going to do is we're actually going to use this spot right here to actually practice so that you can actually get a sense of how to do it. And then, so as you go through, we'll go through each of these lessons. And then what I'm going to have you do is actually practice. I'm going to give you this paragraph here. And what I want you to do is to follow these steps right here. And to, you're going to basically take this whole thing right here. You're going to highlight it. You're going to copy. So you can, two ways you can copy it. You can go to the edit and hit copy. Okay. And then you can come over here, and I want you to space it out, and then again you can go back to edit, and you can hit paste, and I want you to paste it over here, and I want you to just follow the directions. So you're going to highlight the errors here that are the Google Docs automatically sees some of the errors, and what it does, it lets you know that there's an error here, and I want you to highlight those in yellow. There's going to be other errors that Google Docs does not see. And so those you're going to highlight in blue, and then you're going to use red text around the mistakes to let me know what's going on there. And then I want you to begin with, review such and such. So again, if it doesn't make sense, it's okay. I'm going to explain it to it in just a second here. But anyway, that's just the overall gist. And then over here on page 5 is your actual answers to this. So I give you the answers here. And this is not for you to just go back and forth and to copy. The reason that you don't want to just see all the answers first is because I want you to get a chance to practice this. And so once you've got a chance to practice and you think that you've got it, then I want you to go down here on page 5, and I want you to check your answers, okay? And so that is just use that as a resource. Remember that in an actual Monday mistakes work that we do for a bell ringer, you're not going to get the answers right away. So you're going to need to go through and give some effort. All right, so here we go. Let's go through this together and learn how to do it. All right, so the first thing that you're going to do is, as the directions say, but hold on real quick. Let's first talk about the purpose. So the purpose, why we're doing this, is to get you ready to do peer editing and review someone else's paper, to get better at catching spelling, writing mechanics, all kinds of things in here, and grammatical errors and so forth. All right, and so when we scroll down, our Monday mistakes are part of a bell ringer, and I want to show you kind of what the whole bell ringer itself actually looks like. It's going to look like something like this. So the bell ringer, oh, it's the same document. The bell ringer, okay, your bell ringer, the one that you're going to turn in, is actually going to look like this. And so you're not going to have you're not going to have all of this steps. You have to look at your guide. So this is kind of your guide on how to do it. So you're going to just be given something that looks like this, okay? And you have to go through and find the mistakes and follow the steps. This right here is a guide on how to do it. So here we go. All right, so the first step that you have to do is you're going to highlight in yellow the areas in the paragraph that Google Spell Check automatically points out to you. So again, in every sentence or in every word, so like for example in here that you see, Google is going to point out things for you. Okay, so it's pointing out right now that there's the one that's, if there's a red squiggly, what that means is that there's a spelling mistake, and then this one is a grammatic or mechanical mistake. All right, so that's what these different things mean. And so the first thing that you would do in your bell ringer is that you would go through and you would highlight in yellow, is what I'm going to say. And to highlight something in yellow, you highlight it and then you click on here and it's going to put it in yellow for you. Okay, right now it's just letting me know that I'm currently there. So when I see a mistake that um, the Google Docs has already caught, I just highlight that in yellow. Okay, so it'll look like something like that. Okay, again, I'm going to undo those. And for our Monday mistakes, though, you're going to see, let's say the sentence said, my Nadam, or supposed to be name, is Watson. You're going to highlight the error. So you would come in and you would take this and you would come and you would highlight it, highlight the error on there in yellow. Okay, that's the first thing that you do. Then it said, so again, red and blue and the squiggly line under, just like I showed you, you'll see that those are Google Docs is already, the spell check system is catching those. So you go through, you highlight those. The next thing that you do is that in brackets, okay, you then tell me in the first section of the bracket, tell me what's going on, starting with the word review. So for example, this one, my name, it would be review spelling because name is not spelled correctly. So I would put review spelling. And then what I do is I put a kind of a backslash or, right here. And the purpose of the backslash is just to separate what your suggested comment is versus the actual fixing the mistake. All right. So the purpose of this here is to be able to help you be able to understand how to do this. Okay. So what you're going to do here, what I want you to do when you're practicing it is, it says highlight the error, okay, in the sentence. And then for this one, I've already highlighted it for you, but give a suggested edit and then by a backslash and then the correction. So for this one, let's do this one together so you get an example. Let's say that this was not highlighted. Okay, this was not highlighted here. So that what I would do is I would go through. I know that spell check has already got that one, so I highlight it. Okay, and then I are good. And then to do the brackets, what you're going to do is you're going to click on here and make sure that your font is in red. And then there's a little bracket symbol. It's right next to the in the keyboard. It's right next to P. And then you're going to put that. So I'm going to say this one, the mistake here is that it's using the wrong verb. So review verb tense, okay? And then I space and I do a backslash. Again, the backslash is by the key that has the question mark. So I do a backslash, and then now I tell you how to fix it. So if I'm talking about a certain word such as R right here, I'm gonna put that word in quotes. So R, okay, should be, and I'm going to use the word should be because I'm trying to tell you how to fix it. So should be M. Okay, and I put, again, if it's a word that I'm saying, okay, fix this word, I'm going to put that in quotations so that I know specifically what you're talking about. And then I put my in brackets. Okay, so that's what you do. And then what you're going to do is this part doesn't need to be highlighted. So you're going to go up here, click on none. And now, just like you see this example right here, okay, you've made the correction. So that's how you really do it. And again, the next step in step 3, all I'm asking you is to go ahead and to highlight in blue any of the errors that I did not catch. The errors that Google Docs or the Google spelling check system and Google Docs did not catch. So, for example, I just think I'm too cool. Well, too is technically the way that it is. There's nothing wrong with it. These are words that are spelled correctly, but it might be like the wrong word or things that the Google spell check won't always get that. So this one right here in a grammar, and again, you have to review a grammar and be familiarized. We have a thing called the number rule. So when basically what the number rule says is that numbers that are less than 9, and the number rule I'm referring to is right here, okay? So numbers 1 through 9 need to be written out, okay? So in here, for example, this is the mistake because 2 should be written out. So the correction here, like I said, I highlighted that and I said to review the number rule, and then numbers less than 10 need to be spelled out. So that's what I made for the correction right here. You'll also realize on step 4, if I'm saying that, spelling in word choice, if that needs to be fixed, the way to do that is first highlight the area that needs to be fixed, and then you tell me what your suggestion is. So review spelling. And again, make sure that you put these in quotations, okay? And then add the word should be in between. And that's what that direction in step 4 is telling you to do. And step 5 is saying that if a sentence is missing something, okay, what you do is in brackets, okay, you just tell me what the suggestion should be, and then tell me what word I should be inserted. So if it said, for example, I like school because like to learn, you'll notice that the sentence here is missing, was missing the word I, which is a pronoun. So I said missing a pronoun, and then always don't forget your backslash. And then you insert the word I and so forth. And notice how I put I in quotations, okay? Missing punctuations, again, all this is telling you to do is to insert the punctuation by saying the words, review the usage of commas, review the usage of semicolons, and so forth. So here you can see that's kind of what's happening right here. All right. Now I want you to go through, and I want you right here to go through this exercise and do the practice sessions. And then I want you to go through and follow the directions here. Okay. And just like I showed you at the beginning, I want you to copy this and put this over here. All right. Okay. So thank you guys. Appreciate it.